Hello and welcome to Blockchain Gaming World with me, John Jordan. So the game we're looking at today is called BlockFight, and it's a couple of interesting things that I want to show with BlockFight. So BlockFight is a fairly simple game in terms of the kind of mechanics of it. It is as you can see there, a dice-based kind of PvP game. We'll go into the blockchain elements, but it's interesting, I guess, as it kind of shows how these blockchain games are being kind of deployed now. So we can see here, this is just through a web browser. So this is blockfight.com. That's one way of getting to the game. And we can see here, if you want to fight, and that's how we play. And we see here, you know, we can sign in to play the game. In fact, we can play this game without being signed into a blockchain, but for some of the elements, that there is a browser extension that you would have to install in order to do that. I guess people are going a bit against browser extensions these days. I guess people still use MetaMask, but you end up very quickly in the blockchain world with a lot of extensions on your browser, which is not perhaps the best way of approaching these things. But just to point out, you can play this game via the browser if you want to. I'm not going to do that today, so if I fiddle around, I am going to play this through another way. So this, we can see here, obviously BlockFight. So actually, I am playing this through a browser, but I'm playing this through the Halo. The Halo blockchain is the blockchain that this game runs on. So a different blockchain. It's not Ethereum. It's not EOS, not Tron, not any of that kind of stuff. This is a separate blockchain designed for games from a company called Block and Chain, and they've got this Halo platform which they're putting some games on. We're starting to see some other games adopt it as well, as with most things in the blockchain space, kind of fairly early on. Now the hassle of playing this this way, there is a hassle. You have to install a desktop program, and you know, so that reduces the accessibility, I guess, in some ways. It depends a little bit on your taste, I would guess. I'm tending now to more go down the desktop route rather than the browser route. And the point of doing this is it kind of gives you more functionality as well. So we can see here, I'm in the this is called there's different types of wallet you can download. So this is effectively a wallet that syncs to the Halo blockchain. So this is the Feather wallet. This is the lightweight way of doing it. You can download a kind of a heavier, not really heavy, but a more complex version of the wallet if you want to. So we can see here, I'm just running this through the dashboard. So this has a web browser and other things, as you'd expect in the blockchain. So it has a block explorer. You can see here the Halo block explorer, but you can see here, you know, it's a blockchain, so there's blocks going through, size, number of transactions, gas used, you know. If you're into that kind of stuff, it has it all there. So I have a wallet. I actually have two wallets, and we can see here actually that I have actually bought some of this Halo cryptocurrency. It's a bit hard to get hold of at the moment. I got this from the LA token exchange. That's where I think I got it from anyway. So quite hard to get hold of this. I just happened to be on that exchange, so that was fairly easy to do. But it's not a high, at the moment at least, it's not a highly traded token. But I thought I'd buy some for the purposes of this demonstration. So there's some masternode stuff here. I mean, I don't know too much about the Halo blockchain, but we see what's invested in some minting. So again, typically what we'd expect to see at the kind of the hardware level for blockchains. Should point out, you know, I'm not running a node. This wallet syncs to the Halo blockchain, but I'm not running a node or anything like that. There's the website. So this is the Halo website. Again, you know, this is telling us enter the BlockFight game launch giveaway to win Halo. There's a deck, exchange if you want to do that sort of thing. Various things. I don't know why I'm quite locked into that version, but you can, yeah, whatever. Let's come back out. Can I come back out? We're not worried about this, but there is an exchange in there if you want to go through and fiddle around with that sort of stuff, which again is kind of quite common. And then there's settings. I won't go into that. Okay, so let's go back and actually do the game, which is what we were doing the video for in the first place, wasn't it? So we can see here that I am logged in. So obviously to create the wallet and to log into the wallet, I had to create a user name. So it's interesting at the moment. So this is the Halo coin. So I have the Halo tokens in my wallet, but they're not in the game at the moment. this is saying 0 for Halo coin, 0 for Ethereum, and then I've just got this soft currency, 90,000 of those. I can get some free coins. So open the box, and got some free coins. There we go. Can go obviously and buy some. So I think I can play with Halo or play with Ethereum or play with credit card. So let's do this. I can buy. See if it works. 20,000. Okay, so playing with cryptocurrency is so it's basically saying get the Halo extension. So it's slightly complicated in the sense that I'm playing through the wallet, but it's going through a web browser, so it doesn't really understand that I'm doing that at the moment. So I'm not going to do that after all. We'll leave that for the time being. So how does the game work? So just choose an arena. Now these arenas are aesthetic, but we can see here there's different levels of betting. So let's choose the Temple Ruins. As I say, this is a pretty kind of straightforward game, and it is a kind of wagering kind of game. There's no skill involved really. So there's various of these monsters I can choose, and have different profit levels. So obviously you have different lives depending. So we can see the win chance here. What we got here. So I don't quite know if this game is kind of just a tech demo sort of thing, or whether there's going to be more kind of complex features added to it. Oh, that's a nice one. We can see here I'm not going to win very much because he's got twice the life of that one. So I'm in the Temple Ruins. I can choose my wager. So what have I got? I've got almost 100,000. So I can choose 5,000. 5,000 a go. My winning profit will be that, includes commission, and I can also have this auto fight. So let's do 5. Like most blockchain games, it's not particularly. So let's actually change. Okay, let's fight that one. So as we see here, I've got it on auto roll and going on speed 4, so it's going pretty quickly. Maybe let's take that off for the time being. Actually, okay, can I take the auto roll off? So slowly it right down now, so you can see what's going on at least. So we both roll the dice at the same time, and I get 4, he gets 7, he knocks 3 off my health. So that's basically how it works. If they're both the same, 6, 7, I'm losing. I've done really badly here actually. He's not had any health knocks off, and I'm going to lose probably. If it's a draw, if they both have the same, that amount goes into the prize pot it goes into the kind of the pool for the next attack. So lost that one, but I've set it up to play 5 goes. So we'll speed it up now because I've explained it now. So I've got auto fights, so 3 more to go. So you know, whether we could argue whether this is a good game or not. I mean, like with a lot of blockchain games, it's I guess at the moment more to do with proving the technology. People do like this kind of there's on a certain level people like kind of gambling games. I don't quite know whether this kind of gamified version of gambling would really appeal to people who play gambling games on Tron or EOS. But there we go. I won. Get my rewards. Unlocks an achievement, so that's kind of more kind of gamified element of it. But I guess this is kind of proving, you know, this is the kind of thing where people like to talk about the kind of proving that the dice rolls are correct and it's random and all that kind of stuff. So dice games, I guess, are good for that sort of scenario. So there we go. Lost the first one, won the next 2. So there's no kind of leveling up of these creatures, and they all seem to be unlocked at the moment. I guess that's why I kind of think this is more of a tech demo, really. So it's just kind of showing off the technology rather than having any kind of complex gameplay or skill or even any metagame involved. How are we doing here? Yeah, so after that early loss, it looks like the fact that it's a 71%. Oh, I'm going to lose. It's a 71% probability. God, I lost 2 now. So maybe we have to check the provability of those dice. So last one now. Not laid a glove on him. What would be the probability if I had a 71% chance of winning and lost 3 of the 4? I mean, I'm not saying the dice are loaded, but so there we go. So we can show the rolls. Doesn't really necessarily prove that it's not rigged, but yeah. sometimes it doesn't necessarily matter if it's proving that it's right. It's just what you feel, really, isn't it? So anyway, so that's where we go with BlockFight. As we can see here, yeah, now it looks the same as we saw on the website. It says the whole kind of social kind of stuff here: Discord, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. So at the moment, fairly early days for I think the Halo platform. BlockFight, you know, in these days of blockchain games, you have to get something out there. You can't be talking about white papers in 2019, so it's kind of good to see something working. But it would be nice to see, I guess, slightly more complex kind of games coming on there. And the other thing to point out, I think there is this issue for these games running on their own kind of custom blockchains, is they really need to prove why we need the hassle of getting new currency, or in this case you can use Ether, and in this case you could also use a web browser and the extension. But still, we're all used to kind of MetaMask and Ethereum, and we're getting maybe used to EOS and perhaps Tron now. What's the advantage for us to kind of play through on another blockchain and go through this kind of hassle? Personally, I don't have a problem downloading kind of wallets that sync to blockchains. I kind of think that for games that kind of makes sense if you can offer a better gameplay experience than you would have on Ethereum using MetaMask, which you should be able to. So I guess that's what we're looking for from the Halo platform in the coming months. But thanks for watching the video. So we are Blockchain Gaming World, all about the world of blockchain games, fiddling around, trying to get some of this stuff to work, trying to work out in our heads how it works, which is not always the easiest thing. But if you're interested in that, don't forget to subscribe. But thanks for watching this video, and hope to see you again soon.